What happens when nostalgia collides with the present? Can a band that once symbolized teenage rebellion and friendship still strike a chord 2 decades later? This is the story of Pink Slip's return in Freakier Friday, a reunion that felt like stepping into a time machine while also confronting how much has changed. And this is where it gets fascinating. What does it mean to revisit something so iconic? And how do you honor its legacy while making it relevant for today? For Steve Burr, one of the creative minds behind Freakier Friday, the decision to bring back Pink Slip wasn't just about fan service. It was essential. We always knew Pink Slip had to play a role, he explains. First of all, we loved Pink Slip. I've worked on countless films in my career, many involving music or musical numbers, and yet there's something rare about Pink Slip. You can still remember every word to their songs, even though they technically only had 2 at first. Now maybe 2.5 or 3 if you count their new track, Baby. The band's impact clearly lingered far beyond their screen time. But why did it feel so important to include Lindsay Lohan, who played Anna, the drummer turned responsible adult turned rock star again, in this sequel? According to Burr, leaving out music from her character's life would have felt incomplete. Music was such a huge part of Anna's identity in the original Freaky Friday, he says. It would almost feel dishonest, or worse, heartbreaking, if she didn't still have that connection. For Lohan, returning to the role came naturally. This time, it felt easier, she shares. It was like picking up right where we left off. It felt comfortable, like no time had passed. And it wasn't just Lindsay who slipped back into the groove effortlessly. Haley Hudson, who portrayed Peg, the lead guitarist, echoes the sentiment. It really did feel like yesterday, she exclaims. Christina Vidal, who played Scotty the bassist, agrees, adding, when we saw each other again, it was as if nothing had changed. There's this natural chemistry between us. Not just musically, but personally too. We were friends then, and we're friends now. Of course, reuniting the full lineup wasn't without its challenges. While Haley and Christina were integral parts of the original film, finding the rest of the band required some creativity. Enter Muna. The indie pop trio featured prominently in Freakier Friday as Ella's backing band, Ella being the Gen Z pop sensation played by Maitreyi Ramakrishnan. Interestingly, Muna had already paid homage to Pink Slip by releasing a cover of Take Me Away, complete with costumes inspired by the fictional band. Their rendition went viral, sparking discussions among the filmmakers. There was a moment when we thought, should Muna be part of Pink Slip? Recalls Burr. Ultimately, though, nostalgia won out. We decided that bringing back the entire original cast felt right, he continues. With Chris Carlberg, Ethan the drummer, and Danny Rugen, Scott the bassist on board, the puzzle pieces finally clicked into place. The recording process itself became an exercise in honoring the past while embracing evolution. Composer Craig Shin reflects on the experience. We made demos, tested ideas, and then brought everyone together. Lindsay, Julia Butters, who plays Anna's daughter Harper, Christina, Haley, to record. It was surreal because we weren't just recreating Pink Slip. We were asking ourselves deeper questions. Where are these characters now? How has their sound evolved over 20 years? What influences shaped them? He pauses before adding, being part of both Pink Slip and Ella's band gave me chills. It felt like rock and roll history meeting the future. Yet beneath the polished performances lay moments of vulnerability. When asked whether Pink Slip still felt cool after all these years, Vidal admits to feeling nervous. Honestly, Lindsay and Haley radiate effortless cool, she laughs. Me? I spend most days in a robe with a messy bun. Was I going to look ridiculous trying to step back into this world? But the fans, oh, the fans are incredible. Lohan interjects, they're loyal. Vidal nods enthusiastically. Exactly. Even teenagers today tell us they're excited to see the movie. It blows my mind. Hudson adds another layer to the conversation. So many real-life bands cite Pink Slip as inspiration. Take Muna. They covered our song and seeing that blew us away. By the time the final concert scene rolled around, filmed live at the Wiltern in Los Angeles, Everything fell into place seamlessly. Rehearsals spanned 10 grueling hours per day, but the energy never waned. It felt like magic, Shin recalls. Even though I was joining them for the first time, it felt like we'd been playing together forever. They're like sisters. It's beautiful. As Burr watched the sea of emotional faces during filming, including his own, he realized the reunion had struck a nerve. I've never seen so many people crying on set, he confesses. But these weren't sad tears, they were joyful ones. Everyone sounded amazing, looked amazing, and it hit me. This is what we've been working toward. The ending needed to feel epic, and it did. Music has a way of amplifying emotion, and I think we achieved that balance perfectly. So, what does this reunion say about the staying power of art and the connections it fosters? Do you think Pink Slip's legacy will continue to inspire future generations? Or could they make a comeback in their own right? Share your thoughts below. We'd love to hear from you.